Welcome to the Network Engineering Video Blog. I am your host, Michael Crane. In today's video, we're going to add our two new Cisco 3845 routers to our existing testbed network. If you remember, we purchased the routers in video number 60, racked them in video number 62, and installed redundant power for them in video number 63. For our new router configs, we are going to utilize a copy and paste technique that I've used for years with Cisco equipment. This technique works well if the network is carefully designed to use the same ports in each router, which we've done. With that being said, if you've been watching all the Network Engineering Video Blog videos, the configs we are adding today will be nothing new for you, since we're just basically copying and pasting the config from our Dallas router to our new routers and modifying them. So what are our goals for today? Well, first we will review our updated planned backbone network drawing. Second, we're going to configure the management ports for SSH access. Third, we're going to configure the host names, domain names, and logging credentials for our routers. Fourth, we're going to configure our trunk ports. Fifth, we're going to provision RIP. And finally, number 6, we're going to test our management and trunk networks. Okay? All that for 2 routers in about 30 minutes. So let's get started. Okay. So I've connected all the equipment to our new power distribution system and powered everything up. I've labeled our new routers with host names and console port IPs in our management network. I've updated our planned backbone network drawing with our 2 new routers, Chicago and Los Angeles. I've assigned subnets to our new offices, so we have 192.168.13.0/24 for our Los Angeles office, and the Chicago is 12.0/24. All right. I've also assigned trunk ports and IPs in the 172 network for our new routers. So Dallas is .1, New York is .2, Chicago is .3, and Los Angeles is .4. For now, our service provider is just a simple 10100 Ethernet switch. So the 1000 base T labels you see right here are not correct. But in the future, we will change out a little switch for a proper provider edge router. I've plugged in the serial console cable into the Chicago router to get started. So let's get started configuring our new routers. Okay, so I've pulled up a console window for our Dallas Gateway router. It's on the left here, and COM7 right here is a console port plugged into the Chicago router. We don't want to do the initial config. Yeah, we'll do the config ourselves. Okay, so it looks like the Chicago router is booted up. Let's do an enable. Okay, so this is going to be pretty simple. What we're looking to do, let me pull up the network drawing here, is basically we're going to take the config out of the Dallas gateway and copy and paste it into the Chicago gateway. Of course, we're going to make changes to the different settings, but it'll give us a template to use. So the way I like doing this is I pull up a text editor here. I'm using Notepad++, and I'm going to go in our Dallas router right here. I'm going to do a show run. Hit the space bar a few times. I'm going to copy this whole config and paste it into Notepad++. All right. I'm going to create a new file here. And I'm going to go into the Chicago console and do first let me clean all this junk off the screen. clear scroll back. All right. I'm going to do a show run, if I can spell it. Okay. I'm going to copy all this to the clipboard and paste it into our notepad. Okay, so I'm going to go to View, Move Clone. I'm going to move the Chicago router to the right here so I can look at it side by side with the Dallas router. And I'm going to just delete some of this junk off the top. All right. I'm going to get them kind of synced up here. So I'm looking at the show run and the show run. So, all right. Okay, I'll see if I can remember how to do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to synchronize the scrolling. So it's a view. Oh, let's see, there's an icon for that somewhere. Okay, synchronize vertical scrolling. All right. All right, so now when I scroll both these, they'll scroll at the same time. And what I'm looking to do is I'm just going to A/B them basically and see what we need to change. All right. So the first thing I see is we need to change the host name. So we're going to call this Chicago Gateway 1. All right. And, okay, so we need to enable the secret. So I'm just going to add a line here for that. Okay, so it's enable secret 0 and with the password Cisco. All right. Okay. That's good. All right. I'm just scrolling past all the default stuff. All right, so we need a domain name, so I'm just going to copy this guy. Paste him in there. We don't need the port channel load balancing because we're not going to be using lags in our new router, at least not yet. As you can see, we're getting a little bit out of sync here. So let me uncheck this guy. We're going to scroll up. Let's get these guys the same. Turn scrolling back on. Okay, so we're not going to need the port channel, so we don't need that. Our management port. All right. I'm just going to copy this description here. All right. Copy the IP address. Right there. And we're going to change this to, okay, Chicago is .74, so we're going to change him to .74. All right. And we can just put a no shutdown in there. Speed, media type. Yeah, all right, we're gonna copy the maintenance operation protocol, the no maintenance operation protocol, and pop him in there. All right. So if you remember on our drawing, gig 01 is the uplink to the service provider. And I made them all the same just to make it easy to, when I'm in any routers, I know which port is which. Okay, so we're just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy all this and pop them in there with a no shut. Okay? Yeah, all right. So we're not going to provision any of the fast Ethernet stuff now. Scroll down, VLAN 10. Okay. So you can see right here we got the IP forwarding protocol. And right here, we're going to add some rip commands. So let's paste those guys in there. All right. IP forwarding, yeah. No HTTP server, yep. We use command lines. Oh, we do need our default route. This is for our console side. So let's go ahead and add him in there. Okay. Okay, so the NLS is network signaling layer. And the second one is control point discovery. I'm going to leave those defaulted. This the iOS version in this new router is newer and fully featured. So we might come back and change this later, but right now I'm going to leave it defaulted. Control plane, yeah, is default. Media gateway control protocol is defaulted. We can probably turn that off. We're not going to use that. All right, we're not going to be using the gatekeeper, so shutdown is good. And let's go ahead and configure our console ports here. I'm just going to, copy and paste this. All right. That looks pretty good. I have a feeling it's going to hiccup on this because we're going to have to generate an SSH key for it. But let's go ahead and copy and paste it in there. So I'm just going to select all, copy, and go to our router here. Say enable, and then config T. And let's paste it in there and see what happens. Okay. Let's do it right and see what happens. Or see what the config looks like. Okay, so I'm going to just clear this history out. Alright, I'm going to do a show config. Copy it all to the clipboard. Select all. Edit. Paste. All right, let's see what we got in here. So we got our host name, good. Okay, we got our password in there, good. Our domain name, good. Yeah, interface looks good. Both interfaces look good. I got our RIP on. And we're going to change this out later. I'm not going to keep RIP. We'll change it to OSPF in a future video. Okay, we got our default route. That's good. I'm surprised it didn't complain about that. I'm pretty sure we need to generate an SSH key for it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's do a config T. Crypto key generate RSA 10. We want it 1024. Okay. Now we're going to set the IP SSH version to 2. All right. Let's exit out of that. Okay, so let's do a write. Okay, so let me go ahead and plug in that cable to the console port and see if it comes up. Well, looks like it came up. Actually, I should have said management port, not console port. All right, excellent. All right, so let's see if we can ping them. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a Windows console here. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to ping 92.168.1.1 1.74. No, it doesn't. Okay, we'll have to go do some digging around. Well, I looked around a little bit, and everything looked provisioned okay, and so I went to the router and walked over to it, and yep, sure enough, we had a layer 1 problem. I had the trunk port plugged into gig 0/0, so it looks like it came up. Uh-oh. We've got a problem. Let's see, where did I mess up my copy and paste? It's complaining about, the IP address on our trunk port. I forgot to change it. And Cisco caught it. Well, that's good. So let's go fix it. Let me double check the drawing here real quick. So the Chicago should have .3, not .1. All right. So we're going to do a config T. And this needs to be a .3. So I'm just going to copy and paste this whole thing back in there again. All right. Control C. Right. That should make him happier. All right, let's pull up our window. This is my Windows console window. Try that ping again. Ah, excellent. Okay, so before we jump off this router and configure our Los Angeles router, let's make sure we can SSH into them. So I'm going to open up a new putty session here. Load. This is going to be the Chicago router. Okay. He's on .74. Let's save that config. Let's open them up. I got this. Yep. And here we go. CISCO. CISCO. Ruh-roh. I must have missed something. Copying and pasting. It says username Cisco, but it's not taking my Cisco password, which is the password. Okay. Yeah, after looking at it for a minute, I realized what we need. So this is the enable password, but we need to give it a username, right? So let's try this again. So config T, username, name, Cisco, privilege, 15, secret, 0, and password is going to be Cisco. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this command over to our Dallas config so we don't forget it again. And also, maybe I should copy over. No, I won't. I was thinking about doing that SSH key, but I don't know if you can copy and paste generating that SSH key in there, so we'll just have to manually do that. That's okay. All right, so let's try. Okay, this is a console port. Where's our putty session here? Let me restart this. CISCO. Ah, there we go. There we go. So and my putty session, just in case you're wondering, automatically pops in this username Cisco. So all I have to do is type in the password, which is Cisco. All right, very good. So now we can move on to our Los Angeles router. Okay, so I've plugged in our console cable into our Los Angeles router. And no, we don't want the initial config. Let's go ahead and let him come up. And we'll get started configuring him too. All right, so he looks like he's booted up. Yep, doing enable. Let's go ahead and clear his screen. There's scroll back, reset terminal, do a show config. Oh, let's do a show run. Okay. Copy all this to the clipboard. I'm just going to go ahead and overwrite this, select all, paste. And we're just going to do the exact same thing we did just a second ago. All right. Okay, let's start going down the list. We need to change the host name to Los Angeles Gateway 1. All right. And just copy these two guys here. Put them under the boot markers. All right. So we'll copy and paste the domain name underneath the express forwarding command here. All right. Don't need any port channels. Just gonna copy and paste. Guess I can do them both at the same time, huh? Okay, so our management network, this one is going to be .73. And let's go ahead and add a no shut on them. This one is going to be, let's see, what's our network say? .4. Okay, we won't make that mistake again. .4. All right. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. No VLANs. Okay. So underneath this VLAN here, let's go ahead and add our RIP config. All right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and copy all this stuff down. Okay, so we just want to paste all this in there. So that should be about it. Let's see if it works better this time around. What happened to our console port? There we go. Paste them in there. I think I saw some errors at the beginning. Bad IP address or host name. Really? Oh. Looks like there was some junk in our config up here. Oh, yeah, I pasted all this junk in there too. Oh well, my bad. Okay. So let's do it right. Let's do a, let's clear all this out, reset terminal, clear scroll back, do a show config. Copy all the clipboard, select all, paste. Okay, let's go see what happened. Oh, yeah, we forgot. Oh, I didn't plug this guy in. Okay, so let's do that. Copy. Config T. Paste. All right. So, yeah, we forgot to plug the username and password in there. And we might as well generate our RSA key while we're at it. It's crypto key. generate RSA 1024. All right. And we also need to set our IP SSH version to number 2. All right. Okay. So let's see if we can SSH into this guy. Pull up a new session. So he's going to be .73. And this is going to be Los Angeles. All right. Save that. Open. I forgot to plug the cable in. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we can SSH into everything. And that was pretty simple. That didn't take long to set up those 2 routers at all. So, okay, so we've got the Dallas gateway here, which looks to be dead. Or it timed out anyway. We've got the Los Angeles gateway, and oh, that's the COM port. Don't need him anymore. There we go. Let's see, are we still SSH? Yep. So, okay, so we've got Dallas, Chicago, and Los Angeles. Let's see if we can ping them. So we're going to ping 172.16.0. Let's see. So we're on the Dallas, which is .1. So I'm going to ping through the provider network here, not the console. We know we can get to the console ports. We're already SSH'd in, right? So I want to ping, well, it doesn't matter. Let's see, we need 3 and 4. So we'll do the Chicago first, which is .3. Yep. And .4. Oh. Okay. Oh, we probably forgot to do a no-shut on that Los Angeles. Okay, wait, so let's do a show config. Yeah, see right here, he's shut down. So Control C, config T. And we'll just copy and paste this guy. And we're going to do a no-shut. And all right. Okay, so let's try this again. Excellent. Okay, so the last thing we want to do is let's see if RIP is working in the routers. And this isn't going to be an extensive test. We're going to take RIP out anyway and replace it with something else. OSPF probably next, and then depending on how we do our core network, maybe MPLS or something like that. But right now, we just want to see if it's getting the routes. So we're going to check the Chicago gateway and the Los Angeles gateway and see if it's got routes for the... Let me pull up the diagram here. So Los Angeles and Chicago, we want to see if it's seeing this 10 network down here, right? So it should be getting advertisements from RIP to both gateways. So let's give it a shot here. So I'm just going to do a quick show IP route. And right here you can see R for RIP. And there we go. It's going via our trunk. Excellent. Let's try the Los Angeles gateway, show IP route. Yep, there it is right there. Very good. So, that's about it for this video. I hope you like it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. That always helps. If you have any questions or comments, leave them under the comments. Leave them in the comments under the video. Try to answer them the best I can. And I'll see you next time.